Isabel, when you tell people that you're 100 years old, how do they react?
They don't believe me. So I don't know. Because I don't feel 100.
And she doesn't act it either. Isobel Gallipeau lives with her daughter Rosalie and her son-in-law. She is mobile, helpful around the house, loves her TV shows. She reads and even keeps up with her grandkids on Facebook. So much has changed, though, since 1918, the year she was born on a farm in Glengarry to parents who had emigrated from Scotland.
There was 350 acres.
And
the cattle, my dad didn't mind. He loved the farm, Dad.
Tell me about your family.
Well, it was like two families in one.
How?
Because we were such a big family. My mother had 20 children.
What number were you?
Oh, God, I was the younger bunch. I was a very happy person on the farm. Because being that I was such a tomboy, I called myself a tomboy anyway. I helped on the big hay wagons that they used in all the Mennonites use them yet today. Mm-hmm. Horse and hay wagon.
You worked like a boy?
Oh, yes.
But did you work in the house too?
No. The only thing I did in the house was kind of help with the babies. My mother beat, and I scrubbed on the scrub board like that too to help her out. Got down on my knees. Oh, you could, although it was wood floors in them days, you could eat off of my mother's floors.
What about school?
I just went as far as, at that time we called it first book, second book, I got to the base of high school and that was it.
You couldn't go any further than that, or you had
no,
to work?
You don't need that kind of education. Your place is in the home.
Who told you that?
Dad. Women never was not able, even at my age, there was no going out to look for a job or anything like that.
Like many young women of that time, she did work before she married. Her first job was in Cornwall at Courthalls, a large manufacturer.
For quite a while I was just a girl working on reels, to make the silk.
How much money would you make there? You remember?
Oh, yes. If I came home with $15 a week, I was doing good.
At 19, she married Joe, the only man she'd ever dated. And you didn't speak French when you met your husband, did you? He was French.
He couldn't say anything in English.
But how did you fall in love then if you didn't speak the same language?
Oh, I think it was when he kissed me goodnight.
He was a good kisser?
Oh. I felt everything. All his gentleness, everything was heart and soul.
Isabel's old Scottish father, however, was not happy.
Dad had told Joe, don't you ever come and ask me for help.
Because did he not like Joe?
Oh, because he was French.
Oh.
And he didn't like the French at that time.
But you married him anyway?
Oh, yes.
Were you headstrong?
Oh, I might kept very silent. But now I had made up my mind. But he never forgot, nor neither did I. So when the big depression was on, there was one time that I even went to my mother and I to talk with her. And I had said to her, we always called her Mammy. And I said, Mammy, I don't even have a loaf of bread in the house.
How old were you then?
I was married with one child expecting another. My mother says, go and ask your father for a bit of change. And I was sarcastic as the devil then. I'll not ask Dad for 5 cents. And I didn't. But my mother was a very quiet woman. Mm-hmm. But the next day, my sister Jean was at the house, my house. Yep. She came and boarded with me for $4 a week.
So who arranged that so that you would
my
get
mother.
Your mother.
Because Joe, he had no job then at the time.
Joe took a series of jobs to support the family until landing work with the railway. They survived, Isobel says, because of hard work, family, and God. They raised 8 children, and life was good, until Joe suddenly died of a heart attack. They had been married 56 years.
I was lost for 3 years after that. I cried and I cried. And I had said, why did you take Joe from me? Like that. And I heard a voice behind me say, "Thy will be done." After that, I settled right down and accepted everything. I was alone. I accepted everything the way it was.
Isobel vowed to live her life. She has traveled, gone on cruises. She loves adventure, even admits to liking her scotch.
On special occasions, with some ice. I love scotch.
Is that your secret to keeping your blood flowing?
No, I just like the taste of it.
She's quick with a laugh and ready with an opinion, so I decided to get her take on a few subjects. Would you like to see another female prime minister?
I'm too strong for the male.
You would prefer to support the men?
Yes, but not this time.
Why?
He's too much the glamour boy.
On the changing role of women in society?
They're too independent.
Why?
Because of the lack of the children's attention. There's the children today, the poor little tiny things, like so. Mm-hmm. Take the children and drop them off at the daycare.
Not a good thing?
No.
And this is her take on all the new technology available today.
It's good in certain fields, yes. But the children are not even holding conversations with people anymore. They're in those little...
They're iPhones and...
They're in their own little world.
I had to ask the secret of her long and happy marriage.
He could do laundry, he could cook, he could make bread. Oh, and he could make love.
So that,
how would you like to be good looking like me?
Funny and feisty at 100. I couldn't leave Isobel without asking for her secret.
I was happy with what I had. Never asked for more. If I had my health, I was fine. That's all I needed. When I wake up in the morning, I'd sit here and I'll look up and I'll say, "Thank you, dear Lord, for giving me another day."